Fox 16 News at 9 starts now.
From a 2-month-old baby girl in Kentucky to a 94-year-old Korean War veteran in Arkansas, nearly 100 people have been killed after tornadoes ripped through 6 states Friday night. That's just one of the developing stories we're following for you this evening. More on that story in a minute. But first, a Little Rock family wants answers this evening after a night at the movies ends with a 30-year-old man dead after being arrested. Good evening and thanks for joining us for Fox 16 News. I'm Kevin Kelly. The incident taking place at the movie Tavern Friday night. Our Andrew Epperson in studio this evening with more on what happened along with the family's reaction. Andrew.
Pulaski County deputies say they're investigating Terrence Caffey's death. They say an altercation happened before a medical emergency, and family members want to know what happened.
This is Terrence Caffey's family. The 30-year-old died last Friday while being arrested at a Little Rock movie theater.
We prayed that they would make the right decision.
And they're praying for answers.
We really don't know, you know, it's just they telling us that we're hearing different stories, so we don't really know. We don't have no clear answers, really.
Caffey's uncle says he was there to see a movie with a friend, but that changed when Pulaski County Lieutenant Burke says Caffey got into a fight with movie theater employees.
After the scuffle, the deputy called for MIMS just to check him out and check the subject out also.
Caffey was arrested and went into what Burke calls medical distress.
He was transported to Baptist Hospital. At Baptist, he was pronounced dead.
Caffey's family says he'd been shot when he was a young child, but other than that, they say they don't know of any underlying medical problems.
We want law enforcement to take this very, very seriously, to treat it as though it was someone who was a member of their own family.
Burke says an upcoming autopsy will answer a lot of questions.
It's quite thorough. There's a lot of procedures they go through during it, and hopefully we'll get a good answer of what occurred.
Until they know what happened, Caffey's family will continue to honor him.
He was just a family man first.
Burke says the deputies involved are on administrative leave while Caffey's death is being investigated. Live in studio, Andrew Epperson, Fox 16 News.
All right, Andrew, thank you very much. Now to a news update. President Joe Biden is scheduled to travel to Kentucky this Wednesday to take a look firsthand at some of the damage done to that particular area. Now, over the weekend, as many as 6 states, including Arkansas, had twisters blow through neighborhoods, leaving a trail of destruction and 100 people dead. Kentucky was one of the hardest hit states, with 74 people killed there. The president also met in the Oval Office today with the Secretary of Homeland Security, looking at a map of the tornado's paths. The president issued an emergency declaration for Kentucky to speed up federal emergency assistance, promising that the federal government will do everything it can to help the victims and survivors.
The peace of mind of people being able to actually put their head on a pillow, lie down on a bed, be able to know their kids are going to be okay. And so with this is a narrow path. The devastation is just stunning. I mean, there's nothing left standing, basically.
Disaster crews are still searching for victims and survivors in areas heavily damaged by the twisters. More than 400 Kentucky National Guardsmen have also been deployed to help with relief efforts.
He come back and he said Golden didn't make it. We said what? And he told us again he went to crying.
2 Arkansas families are mourning the loss of their loved ones in Friday night storms, one in Leachville, the other at a nursing home in Monette. So far, 4 tornadoes have been confirmed in Arkansas, according to the National Weather Service. Just from what happened on Friday, at least one of those twisters, the one that impacted areas like Monette, could possibly be an EF3. The National Weather Service is still trying to determine if that tornado remained on a continuous path. Here's a look at some of the communities in Arkansas that are now left with flattened homes and businesses. There's Augusta, Leachville, and Monette, and those are just some of the areas. Tom Nagovin is in Monette tonight with a look at the damage there.
Among the fatalities, 52-year-old June Pennington, assistant manager of this Leachville Dollar General store, killed Friday night when the tornado came through. Less than 10 miles away, Manette Manor, the nursing home struck by the same twister. 94-year-old resident Golden Hembry died when the roof collapsed. 5 others were injured. Ever since, the area's seen a flood of volunteers, utility workers, donations pouring in as locals struggle to recover.
He was a good guy.
Mr. Hembry was a COVID survivor, a Korean War veteran who would have turned 95 in March. His family tells us the workers inside Manette Manor were nothing less than heroes for the way they tried to get elderly residents to safety, even using their bodies to shield them from the storm. The owners of the home moved beyond words by all they've seen in the last few days, just thankful that more people didn't lose their lives.
And when you go through the building and look at it, you know, you're just so thankful. You hate it that it was one, but you're so thankful that we only had one.
When tornadoes strike, quick thinking can save lives. That's exactly what happened to a Truman family Friday night. JADA MADDEN is a mother of 2 and a full-time student. She was inside her house with her daughter and fiancé when the tornado leveled their home Friday night. But right before the storm hit, MADDEN grabbed her 8-month-old daughter and the whole family jumped in the bathtub. They wrapped a pillow around her and hunkered down to brace for impact. Seconds later, their lives changed.
As we hit the tub, it was just everything gone. It felt like I was going to be buried into the ground. I didn't think I was going to be able to get out. But we were at the back of the house, and that's where our bathroom is, and we ended up in the street.
Somehow, all 3 got out with any serious injuries. The most amazing part of her story, perhaps, is that Madden's daughter escaped with nothing more than a bruised shoulder, likely from her mother's strong grip. In the debris, Madden found the pillow that may have saved her daughter's life. Those who live in the northern part of Augusta are still picking up the pieces. It was all hands on deck this morning, even 3 days after the tornado ripped through the area. One farmer we spoke with said some of his heavy equipment that weighs tons was tossed around like toys. Another man in the same neighborhood was astonished at what happened in just a matter of seconds.
15, 20 seconds, and that was it. I didn't know it did any damage. My neighbor called me, asked me, have I looked out? And I go, no. I opened the door, and then I saw the destruction. I was shocked. My mouth came open. I was just shocked.
Despite all the destruction to some of the homes in the area, there was only one woman that we are aware of that was airlifted to a hospital in Little Rock. In Truman, volunteers have put together a donation distribution center. They're making sure everyone has what they need while some are without homes, food, and power. Town leaders say the need won't be going away anytime soon.
As long as we need it to. There's still a lot of people in need, and as long as we need it to go on, we will find staff to work it and volunteers.
Among the most dire needs at this particular moment, flashlights, blankets, and batteries. If you would like to help those across the Mid-South who were affected by the storms, here's how you can pitch in. Fox 16 is partnering with the Red Cross to raise disaster relief funds. All you need to do to get started is take your phone out and scan the QR code that you see on your screen right now. Once you do that, you'll be directed to the Red Cross donation website. A Fox 16 crime alert. Little Rock police are investigating 3 separate shootings today, the most recent one taking place this evening. It ended with 1 person dead. It happened on South Woodrow Street just after 6 o'clock. The victim has not been identified, at least not yet, and police have not named a suspect. This marks the 61st homicide of the year for the capital city. The other 2 shootings today happened on West 65th Street and Geyer Springs. Police also confirming today that a 14-year-old was shot and killed last Friday on Pinecone Drive. The alleged shooter is a 13-year-old. What led up to the shooting has not been revealed, but a neighbor we spoke with says the house where the shooting happened is a constant source of gunshots, and people living nearby feared somebody would get killed.
We didn't want this to happen. I mean, I'm a mother, and it breaks my heart, but it was just a lot of violence.
Police say the 13-year-old suspect could face manslaughter charges. Neither teen has been identified by police because of their age. In Madison County, the bodies of a couple were recovered from a home in a rural area east of Huntsville Sunday night. Police have identified the couple as 46-year-old Michael Gilman and 49-year-old Lori Newman. State police have taken over the investigation. The bodies have been sent to the state crime lab to determine a cause of death. A petition now up and running to make a busy road in BEEBE safer. Michelle Lawson owns a business right on the corner of West Mississippi and North Main. She says not only has she seen 2 accidents happen right outside her business within the last 6 months, but every day she sees kids and parents trying to cross the street to get to a park.
She stood out there for about 3 minutes waiting to cross. Nobody stopped for her.
Lawson is now petitioning the city to get a crosswalk put in. She says too many times she's worried about kids not making it across the street in time and feels there needs to be more safety measures in place. The state of Arkansas seeing a boost in booster shots. Coming up, why vaccinations are trending upward. Plus, the former police officer convicted of killing George Floyd heading back to court. What's expected in Derek Chauvin's federal case later this week?
And we're warming back up. Temperatures actually 15 to as much as 25 degrees warmer than it was this time last night, but also some wet weather back in the forecast. I'll have that for you coming up next.
You're watching Fox 16 News at 9.